You must be here about the... Our society consists of me, my sister, and a few associates. One and the same, Margus Darius. He's a black marketeer who cares only about profit. Talk to a few more connected rapscallions that conduct business down there. I know a few of them by reputation. Look for Grathal. While I've talked to a few... Margus originally approached us as a friend and benefactor. Margus wants the antiquity. Duskfall refers to the slow decline of the great Zoxlil civilization. No, not specifically. But even a hammer can be used for good. We're historic investigators. Certainly the most important one. My sister Falmia became fascinated with Argonian. As soon as we recover the last of the Argonian, we plan to return most of... I may be new to the Argonian antiquities trade, but Margus and his cronies know me all too well. I have other agents that need to be supervised and coordinated. Marcus has already beaten...
Can you believe it? Dragons, in your own homeland.
This one does not know, but he hopes his family is safe.
Yeah!
A thousand greetings, Wayfarer. This is no place for casual visitors. You have wandered into it. Oh, I prefer merchant. Ah, I know Margus well. We both deal in antiquities. Such aggression. There is no need to threaten violence, my friend. Ashundir said he would take care of you, and indeed he will. Margus, the cave is called the Sunless Hollow, and it's located not too far from here. I have one more secret for you, Wayfarer, so listen well.
If you're looking for information, then you've come to the right... Well, information is my primary business, and business is good. Which reminds me, I never give it the best kind. One that benefits us both. Allow me to mark a house on your map. Inside you'll find a crate that contains an elegant jacket. I am something of a snappy dresser, and I want that jacket.
The black market is closed. You don't take a hint very well, do you? To answer your question, you want to know about Margus? Interesting. Very... This one sent Argar to an old ruin. He was to pick up a package from some thieves we do business with and bring it to me. Here, let me mark the location on your map. Go find out what happened to him.
Some people don't like the bustle of cities, but I come from a big family, so it reminds me of home.
Yeah!
messenger to the Daenia Woods has passed. The Veldama Weird report that a mighty champion assisted them in healing the land's corruption. Hear ye. A runner from the Lion Guard has just brought news that Camlorn has been liberated. The werewolves of Camlorn have been vanquished.
Let's ride!
Hyah!
Isn't a public place.
I saw nothing. Something you need, partner? What would you like to talk about? You're the best companion a girl could ask for. With as much time as we spend together, I'm surprised you're not sick of me. Glad, too. Life wasn't half as fun before I met you.
An undead werewolf took over Camlorn. An undead werewolf? How does that even work?
Zombies. You ever try to talk to a zombie? They won't let you get a word in edgewise. Just groan this and moan that. Ugh. Let's find this breach and leave, eh?
This looks ripe for adventure. Maybe a tad overripe.
You swit!
What do you say we try some of the local fare? I'm famished.
That is why we, the soldiers of the Lion Guard, have come to you.
A little bird told me you were on your way down here. It also mentioned that you had something that would make both of us very happy. Is it true? Were you able to acquire the Perfect. Did you know this jacket belonged to an associate of Margus Theria's? There should be a note in the pocket. Ah, here it is. And this confirms the information I promised to share with you. Margus works with just one of the most dangerous bands of outlaws to emerge from the swamps of Black Marsh. The group supposedly started years ago in Black Rose Prison. I'm not sure why Margus and the Blackguards are working together, but nothing...
Was your search success? This one wishes it weren't. But that is definitely Argar's blade. Such are the risks when dealing with the criminal element. Well, no use crying over spilled moon. This one hears rumors. Margus Darius searches for Argonian relics of considerable power. Something from the time of the great Argonian civilization.
Oh good, you're back. I just returned from my own investigations. I followed a lead, but the trail ran cold. Very disappointing. So tell me what happened in the Outlaws' Refuge. Were you able to learn anything new about Margus Darius? The Blackguards. My sister's tangled with them in Murkmire. I need to warn Gilar. He's one of our agents. I've got him looking into Margus as well, but you seem to be having more luck. What else did you learn? That's troubling. If we don't act fast, those antiquities will disappear, and the Argonians will lose a little more of their history. If only we knew where this hidden storehouse was located. You are a wonder, my friend. I know exactly where that cave is. Allow me to mark the location on your map. Are you willing to see this through?
Tired of walking anyway. Get back, you fetcher! Agreeable. Off we go! was a bit of a warm-up.
That doesn't belong to you. Answer quick. Are you a blackguard, or are you the friend Concordia sent me to assist? Sounds like you didn't need Gilar's help after all. Ah well, I'm not anxious to fight with these blackguards anyway. I erect the spine of greeting, new friend of Gilar. I am happy to meet you, and that's a fact. I have been with Concordia and her sister from the beginning. I left my home in Murkmire to help recover the stolen past of my people, and to participate in adventures, all very exciting. Head back to Concordia and I'll meet you there.
work isn't going to do its job.
Tell me your trip to Sunless Hollow was successful, my friend. I could use a little good news right about now. Let me see what you found. An Argonian charm necklace. See the amulet? That's a river stone. The Imperial Legion called them swamp coins. And this is a Zalto tablet. That literally translates as sacred secret. Very interesting. An old legend involves a necklace and a tablet, if I'm right. Return to the Outlaw's Refuge and talk to Ashundir the smuggler. He's an expert on Argonian lore. Ask him what he knows about these relics. Meanwhile, there's a book I need to look at.
I told you not to deal with Margus Darius. This is all your fault. Oh, criminal activity always carries a certain amount of danger. But your questions have brought this Wamesupo down upon our heads. Poor Eshundir. He didn't. This one has no proof. But I'm sure Margus sent one of his blackguard thugs to silence poor Eshundir. I feel it in my tail. Gretha slipped away at the first sign of trouble, and I hid in a crate. Eshundir, he wasn't so lucky. Antiquities, you say? Let me have a look. This one is not the expert that Eshundir is. Was. But this tablet tells the secret of an Argonian nightmare idol. Very rare. Probably dangerous. Why did you make me touch these things? Take them back! No, I will say nothing else. This one prefers to keep her blood inside her body. But these items point to other relics. Relics Margus needs to reach his ultimate goal. Whatever that is. The blackguard murderer. Maybe he left a clue you could follow.
Over here, friend of Concordia. There you are. Was the smuggler able to tell you anything about those antiquities you found? Concordia certainly seems to think they might be important. I'm still learning to understand dry skin emotions, but I'm pretty sure she's concerned. Concordia mentioned something about the Zalto tablet, an old legend. Reminds me of a story my egg mother used to tell me about a cursed skull. That's a worry for later. Concordia sent me to help you right before she departed. Concordia has a camp in Shadowfen outside Stormhold. She went to check on things and do a little more research on the items you recovered. As for us, we need to figure out how to find Margus fast. Chigmaska, that's in Shadowfen, and that's a fact. We should hurry if we want to stop Margus and the blackguards. I can arrange transportation for us. Just tell me when you're ready to go. The ruins are up ahead. I'll wait here and make sure the boat stays safe. There are all kinds of horrible creatures in the swamp, and some... Well, Zalto means sacred secret. Each tablet contains its own mystery. I think this one is related to the legend of Bila Kar. He was an ancient Argonian sorcerer, terrorized most of Black Marsh, or so the story goes. Not the sorcerer, but the relic he left behind. The legend claims that Bila Kar used his considerable arcane energy to imbue his skull with a powerful curse when he died. The process that seems unlikely. The story I heard claims that the skull was hidden on an island off the coast of Black Marsh. Margus probably has the blackguards looking for more clues that point to the skull's exact location. Be careful in there, my friend.
Chaos by the void.
Off we go!
Finally! You don't know how worried I was for you and Gilar. After I heard about the murder in the Outlaws' Refuge, all I could imagine was you and my agent lying in a ditch somewhere. I don't suppose you learned more about Margus's plans. That corresponds with what I was able to determine, and I'm sure it's somehow related to the legends of Bilakar. But what happened to you and Gilar after you left the Outlaws' Refuge? Were you able to track— What an excellent specimen. But see this opening on the back of the statue? A cavity. But whatever was stored inside it is missing. It looks like Margus Darius continues to remain one step ahead of us. Curse his arrogant eyes. Only one conclusion makes sense. Margus seeks the golden skull of Bilakar. Whatever was inside the idol could lead him right to it. A worry for later. Right now, know that Cyrodiilic Collections appreciates your help. Take this with our thanks. Ready for another adventure, my friend? All right, time to get back to work. We need to figure out how to keep Margus Darius from finding the golden skull of Bilakar before we do. The survival of Cyrodiilic Collections depends upon it. Not to mention Murkmire, maybe all of Black Marsh. Depends on the source, but all the legends indicate that the skull contains powerful magic, not to mention a curse that could destroy Murkmire. I shudder at the very notion of someone like Margus or the Blackguards getting their hands on it. We need to follow the trail. Whatever Margus found inside the idol, he's going to need Argonian experts to help him decipher it. Talk to Gilar. He knows if Gilar's down by the water working on his boat. He should be able to point you to the Argonians most likely to possess the knowledge. As much as Margus desires Argonian antiquities, he doesn't really know that much about them. He's going to need help making sense of whatever he found inside the idol. I just read about this in the Legends of Blackmarsh. The skull is a fabled relic, said to contain the power of the Argonian sorcerer Bilakar. According to the book, the skull vibrates with arcane energy and carries it. Cyrodiilic Collections wants to find the skull, so we can return it to Blackmarsh. Perhaps to make it the centerpiece of our proposed museum. Well, it is a cursed skull, and Bilakar practiced the dark arts, so not a particularly good...
The cursed skull scares the wind out of my sails, and that's a fact. Does Concordia have more work for us to do? Why didn't I think of that? The Blackguards are sure to harass anyone they think can help them decipher the clues that lead to the cursed skull. I can think of 5 or 6 knowledgeable Argonians right here in Shadowfen. Here, you check on the Argonians on this list, and I'll go check on a few others. Meet me back here after you're done, and we can compare notes. Just be careful. If the Blackguard...
House has spread your name far and wide.
They're coming for us. In a big family, you have to know how to swim.
Yes, I'm still here. Where can I go? Well, with your thugs watching me like horned owls regarding a branch full of... Not a blackguard? And why should I tell you anything? Unless you're one of those thorns in their sides that their leader complained about. Are you? Then I'll tell you what I told their leader. The woodcut they found inside the nightmare idol describes a ritual. But all I could decipher was the sacred location where it must be performed. Norgzel, in ancient Argonian. This is just a guess, but I think the ritual unlocks the hiding place of the golden skull of Bilakar. And once Margus gains the cursed skull, he can summon forth the power of the mad sorcerer.
I can't wait to take a load off at the inn.
If you're another one of those blackguards, and that's the way to pronounce it, not blackguards like that thug insisted it was, then my answer is the same. I've decided that's rather courageous of you. Few willingly oppose the blackguards. Well, you'll need to hurry. I already interpreted the portion of the woodcut that refers to the ritual. Their leader, Margus, knows how to recover the cursed skull. By performing the ritual exactly as the woodcut described it. I warned him it was dangerous. One misstep and the spell will consume him. Look, I have a family. If the blackguards even suspect that I told you this much, they'll make them disappear. No, I have nothing else to say on this matter. Fair point. I heard the blackguards talking. They mentioned they're preparing an expedition to retrieve the ritual objects. Said their ship was moored near deep graves along the river. If they find them and unleash the curse, Murkmire is...
Please, I've told you everything I know about the wood. You're not. Oh no. If they see you talking to me, all the more reason for me to run as far from this place as I possibly can. I know how powerful cursed Argonian relics can be. If only I had enough gold for the voyage. They showed me a woodcut that contained ancient Argonian symbols. I could read some of them. They described a ritual to turn meditation cylinders into keys. I appreciate the compensation. Now listen. 2 things. The meditation cylinders are hidden on an island called Norksel, but I have no idea where that is. Second, the blackguards are prepared.
Life here is so very different from the way things work in Murkmire. I never realized how many Argonians have such a terrible existence. And now the blackguards are just making things worse. Were you able to talk to the Argonians I suggested? The Argonians I talked to said the same thing. Apparently, the woodcut describes some sort of ritual that will allow Margus to either find or retrieve the cursed skull. What did the Argonians you talked to have to say on the subject? That's interesting. Very interesting. Those words mean the forbidden place in the language of Murkmire. I also learned that the blackguards are preparing to launch an expedition to find this island so Margus can perform the ritual. We need to find that ship. One of the Argonians told me that only 3 blackguards know the location, but as a precaution, they each carry 1/3 of a map. They must work together to reach the ship. You find 2 of them, and I'll get the 3rd.
No freedom for them. These fetchers will suffer for killing my men.
I can hardly believe it. I'm free. I'm free. Thanks to you.
I thought I'd never escape.
I can't believe it. Free. At last, I'm free. I can't thank you enough.
separate us. I can't wait to take a load off at the inn.
Gilar brought me up to speed on what the Argonians revealed to you. He also gave me... Let me take a look. I'm pretty good at these sorts of puzzles. This goes here, that goes there, and we have a complete map. Well, according to what the Argonians told you, Morgus knows the ritual, knows where to find the meditation cylinders, and knows the location of the Forbidden Island. That makes the area you need to search considerably smaller. Find that ship and stop Morgus before he completes the ritual that unleashes the curse. I'd really rather not see Murkmire destroyed, thank you very much. Yeah!
Can never have enough of that.
Good, you're here! It looks like Margus has already departed for the island, but the blackguards are preparing to send backup. We need to sneak onto the expedition ship and use it to take us to Norgtel. No, but the ship's pilot knows the way. We just need to board that vessel and convince the pilot to help us. I doubt the blackguards inspire much loyalty in there.
Don't hurt me. I'll do whatever. You want to go to where? You know that island is forbidden, right? Oh, this will be the end of us. Your weapons make a persuasive point.
So this is Nordzel, the Forbidden Island. We need to find Margus and the Blackguards. That's an Argonian reliquary. It must have contained one of the cylinders for the ritual. Another Argonian reliquary. From the looks of it, it was dug up fairly recently. That's a bog blight. Please be careful, my friend.
To hurt you, but now I'm going to.
A Zanmir! That's the perfect place for Margus to perform his ritual. We should enter the Zanmir and stop Quick! Margus has started the ritual! You need to stop that ritual, and that's a fact!
Filakar, hear my words. Give me your power. Hear my words and reveal your hiding place.
Disengage the cylinders. That should stop the ritual.
You lead.
Look, look! Killing those monsters grants access to the ritual cylinders. Each cylinder you disengage stops another part of the ritual. I think. That did it! One more cylinder and the rest of the energy should dissipate.
All right. Eye for money.
That chamber, there it is! Deal with the Guardian and grab the skull!
What's going on? Do you want me to take you back? After I pilot the ship back to Shadowfen, I think I'll set sail for a place as far from Murkmire and the blackguards as I can manage.
Welcome back, my friend. Were you and Gilar successful? Were you able to stop Margus? And what of the cursed skull? Did you see it? Tell me, is the threat to Murkmire behind us now? That's unfortunate. But the Argonians warned us that the ritual was dangerous. At least Cyrodiila collections won't have to worry about Margus Darius anymore. But you stopped the ritual? Well, I think we'd know if Bilakar's curse had been unleashed. At the very least, my sister Famia would have sent word. I'm sure she'd notice if Murkmire was destroyed around her. Did you get to see the skull? Is it really made of solid gold? Good job, my friend. I'll send the skull to my sister in Murkmire. She'll make sure it's safe. If you ever get out that way, Famia would love to meet you. And Cyrodiila collections can always use your help. For now, take this with my thanks.
My friend, so good to see you. Care to help? Oh, good, good. I hoped my homeland is very beautiful, but also very dangerous. Knife berries, toadskin a copper-tongued skink. It's a lizard, you see, specially trained to sniff out and eat any foods that explorers ought to avoid. Can you get one for me? A trapper named Arlo Vidusha should have some. The sooner you finish that task, the better, my friend. Yes, copper-tongued skink.
Fence. Oh, hello there. Always a pleasure to see a new face. Welcome to Lilmoth, the festering jewel of Black Marsh. Argonian words, not mine. Doesn't strike me as all that festery, but I digress. How would you like to join an exciting expedition? Oh, the most worthy kind of expedition. A journey into the distant past. Well, not the literal past, I mean. That would be crazy. We're exploring one of the Argonians' ancient Zanmir pyramids to find a priceless relic, the Kajinjat crystal. Oh, to preserve it for future generations, of course. So much of the Argonians' unique history has been lost. With your help, we can pull this antiquity out of the mud and share it with the world. Discovery, you've made a great choice in joining us, friend. The other members of our expedition have already gathered near the western gate. I'll be along shortly. Just need to... Oh, dear. Where are my manners? I apologize. My name is Famia Mercius, or Famia Speaks with Round Tongue to the locals. I'm Cyrodiilic Collection. Oh, so you're that adventurer she mentioned in her letters. What a welcome coincidence. Concordia has been invaluable to the effort. One day, I'll finally convince her to visit. Oh, just over 3 years at this point. I'll admit, it takes some getting used to, but once you... Ow! Ooh! Sorry. Once you settle in, you'll never want to leave. Doing your research, huh? Excellent. The local Argonians call it Ishtaj Thitithil Met. Literally, the exact egg cracker. Evocative, right? We just call it the Ishtaj Zanmir. I have it on good authority that we'll find the Kajinjat crystal inside. Apparently, it was vital to some kind of ritual, but that could mean practically anything. According to my research, ancient Argonians performed rituals constantly, large and small. Even so, this crystal clearly deserves a place in our collection. Oh, most certainly. Jewelry, idols, who knows? For the most part, no, they don't. The Argonians here in Murkmire, they don't see things the way we do. Fine, I guess. But the truth is, the Argonians just don't care about their history all that much. They live in the now. Past, future, those concepts are totally foreign to them. Once our museum is finished, though, I'm sure they'll take an interest. Well, I do know a little something about how to get along here in Murkmire. The first thing I'd suggest is making connections with the local tribes, the Wasik Halil in particular. Sorry, I slip into gel sometimes. The Argonian tongue, the locals say I'm a natural. Anyway, the Wasik Halil are also called the Bright Throats. They're quite friendly. Artisans mostly. Clever traders, too. Very good friends to have in a pinch. Most of the Murkmire tribes are cagey, but polite. There is one tribe I'd avoid, though. The Deadwater tribe, or the Nagakor. They're Nagas, a strange breed of Argonians with a very prickly disposition. They don't like outsiders. Not one bit.
Miss me?